In this video, we will discuss about circular sentence. A sentence is a list of words that are separated by a single space with no leading or trailing spaces. A sentence is circular if the last character of a word is equal to the first character of the next word and the last character of the last word is equal to the first character of the first word. Given a string sentence, return true if it is circular, otherwise return false. So what they are saying is that in the input, you are given a string which is a sentence. It contains some words which are separated by spaces and there are no leading or trailing spaces in the sentence. Now you need to identify whether this sentence is a circular sentence or not. Now what is a circular sentence? So it is saying that for every word, the last character of the word should be equal to the first character of the next word, right? This should be applicable for all the words. And the second thing is that the last character of the last word should be equals to the first character of the first word. If these conditions are holding, then the sentence is circular, otherwise it is not. So you need to return true and false accordingly. So if you see in this case, the last character of this word is E, right? And the first character of the next word is also E. So this is okay. Now the last character of this word is S and the first character of the next word is also S. So this is also okay. Now the last letter of this word is D and the first letter of the next word is also D. So this is also okay. And then the second thing is that the last character of the last word, which is L, is equal to the first letter of the first word, which is also L, right? So here all the conditions are holding. So we can say that this particular sentence is a circular sentence. So our answer will be true, right? Then if let's suppose our string was ethos typos, right? Then in this case, you will see that the last letter here is S, but the first letter of the next word is T. So now these are not the same. So this sentence is not circular. So in this case, your answer will be false, right? So now how are you going to approach this? So this is pretty simple. What you can do is, since you know that in this sentence, all the words are separated by spaces, right? And there are no leading or trailing spaces. So you can split this string into array of words on the basis of these spaces. Then what will happen is that you will get an array where the first string will be this Leetcode, the second string will be exercises and so on. And then you can simply check the last character of the current word and the first character of the next word. And then at the last, you can check for these two, right? And then you can simply return your answer accordingly. But here you will be using an extra space of creating an array, right? What if we do not want to use a space? Then how are we going to do it? So if you see here, we know that all the words are separated by spaces, right? So if I am at a space, right? If I am standing at a space, then what I need to check is that the letter which is present before this space should be equals to the letter which is present after this space, right? Because this will be the last character of the previous word and this will be the first character of the next word, right? So if I am at a space, I can check these two. If these two are equal, then I can move forward, and if these are not, then I can return false here itself. I don't need to check for others, right? So simply you can check here also that if these two are equal or not, and then here also you can check if these two are equal or not, right? So this will check all the words. And then for the second condition, which is checking this L and this L, for that you can just check at the end that whether the last character of your sentence is equals to the first character of your sentence, right? And then accordingly you can return true or false, right? So here you will just loop once inside your sentence and you will be able to find out your answer without using any extra space, right? So, and another thing is that whenever you are at a space, you don't need to check that whether there is a character present before and after or not, because it is given to us that there are no trailing or leading spaces. So you can directly check the letter before and after a particular space, right? So let's code it out now. So what we need to do is that we need to iterate inside the sentence, right? So we'll iterate from I equals to 0 till I less than sentence dot length, right? And then we'll do I plus plus. So now we need to check whether the current character is a space or not, right? So you will check that if the current character, which is sentence of I, if it is equals to space and the character before the space, which is I minus 1, is not equals to the character which is after space, that is I plus 1, right? In that case, can you return false here? Yes, right? Because our current character was a space and the character before and after that space are not equal. Then here we can simply return false. We do not need to check for other words, right? And then once this loop finishes, if this condition holds for all the words, then at the end you can check for the last character and the first character, right? So what you can do is you can return and you can check that if the first character of the sentence is equals to the last character, which will be sentence of sentence dot length minus 1, right? So this will return true if the first and the last character are same, and it will return false if they are not same, right? So since we are looping just once inside our sentence string, so the time complexity of our code will be order of n, that is linear, where n is the number of characters in our string, right? So let's run this now. So our test cases are accepted. Let's submit this. So it got accepted. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe our channel.